Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, in this very moment, I would like to retelling story. The title is The Cheerful Granny. Once upon a time, there was a grandmother who was very happy. Although she has a little happiness, but she knows that life is a journey that makes a person smile or frown on her face. In the morning, the grandmother came out of her house and met her neighbor who was cleaning her house. The grandmother offered to help the neighbor clean the house, and the neighbor received help from grandmother. The grandmother was happy to be able to help her neighbor with household chores, and in return, the grandmother gets food or bowl of soup or sometimes gets money in the return. The grandmother never found a reason to complain because for the grandmother, life was beautiful. But you may ask, what interesting about her life? One time winter came and the grandmother needed to collect wood to warm her body, and that day the grandmother went to the forest to look for wood. Suddenly the grandmother's step stopped because she saw a big brown pot lying in the ditch. The grandmother asked, "Who left this pot in the ditch?" The grandmother waited and looked around her expecting the owner to appear, but no one showed up. The grandmother thought maybe this pot was deliberately thrown away by the owner. After this, she took the pot from the ditch and thought that the pot could be used as a flower pot at her house. And she opened the pot and she was surprised to see the content of the pot filled with gold. She was very happy to get a pot filled with gold. Then she tried to lift the pot, but she was not strong. Then she thought, "How did he lift the pot?" and came out with ideas to collect logs and make it like a go-kart. Then the grandmother walked dragging wood and pot filled with gold. She imagined that she could buy a big house and sit by the fireplace with a cup of tea and live worldly like a queen. She was tired from dragging a heavy load, and she stopped to rest for a while, and she turned to see the pot filled with the gold. When she opened it, she was surprised to see the gold turn into silver. But the grandmother was still grateful and accepted what she got. She still imagined that she could buy a big house and sit by the fireplace with a cup of tea. Then the grandmother walked again. After a few steps she stopped again because she was tired. And she turned to look at the pot containing the silver earlier. When she opened the pot, how surprised she was to see the silver turn into a lump of iron. But the grandmother was still grateful and through this lump of iron she could be a chair and build a smile of fireplace. She walks again, and after a while, when the grandmother's steps stopped due to exhaustion, she looked back to the pot. She was surprised because the pot turned into a stone. The grandmother is still happy and grateful. And then, grandmother walked again until she finally arrived at her house. When she saw the stone, how surprised she was because the stone turned big, and she was still grateful and happy because with the stone she could sit on the stone while enjoying her tea. And before she bent down, she touched the stone. The stone turned into a big lump of cotton. Then from the large lump of cotton came 4 white feet, 2 ears, and a face that looked like a bee's, with canines protruding above the lips, red eyes, and arched eyebrows. It's a cotton bees. The grandmother looked very happy. She was still grateful, and indeed all this time she wants animal. The cotton bees was confused and asked, "What kind of person are you? I've tried to lure you with gold, silver, hung of iron and stone, and you're still happy all this time? And now I've become the fair self and you still call me adorable?" Then the cotton bee said that it couldn't hold on any longer, and the cotton bee turned into a butterfly and flew away. The grandmother saw the animal leave. She looked confused. shrugged her shoulders, and went back into her house. And when she entered her house, to her surprise, she saw a boulder lying on the floor. She looked on in surprise. The stone turned into a beautiful wooden chair. The grandmother was very happy and thrilled to make some tea. When she wanted to make a tea, how surprised she was to see a lamp of iron in front of the chair. The grandmother thought she would sell it tomorrow. The grandmother woke again. She was surprised because there was a chocolate pot near the fireplace. Inside the chocolate pot, there were silver. How happy the grandmother! Because the grandmother was happy, she turned around, and from happiness she saw a pot of gold. The grandmother was happy. As you know, she was not greedy. She distributed her wealth to her neighbor in secret, and everyone was very happy, especially the grandmother. For moral message, first, we must continue to accept and be grateful for whatever we have. Second, must be a good person to others. Third, must be a person who can help others. Fourth, learn how to turn disappointment into some positive perspective so you won't be sad. Okay, I think that's enough. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.